Hi, welcome back to Bullet Catcher Gaming. Thank you for visiting the channel and watching the video. Massively appreciate it. This is going to be an update video for Rainbow Six Quarantine. This game was shown last year at E3, very short teaser trailer, and then a kind of full trailer as such, followed up later on. We haven't heard really anything since. And after the release of Ghost Recon Breakpoint, another Ubisoft title, we knew about some of the issues that came from that game and that Ubisoft wanting to basically hold off releasing certain games. I believe Watch Dogs was also delayed. We heard that Quarantine was delayed. Well, that was until recently when one of the heads of Ubisoft, or the head of Ubisoft, turned around and said that this game will still release in the current fiscal year, which means obviously by April, which means it will be coming, well, very soon, which seems kind of strange because we haven't had anything further from it. But this week, we are going to see the Rainbow Six Invitational. And with the new season coming for Siege, we could definitely maybe see something about Quarantine and its release date. It has been rumored that there is a beta, and supposedly you can sign up for this beta, and the beta is going to probably fall the same way that it did for Siege, which was basically release multi-platform about 4 days before the game is due out. Now, what do we actually know currently about Rainbow Six Quarantine? I mean, let's kind of go through some basic details. There were recently a leak. If you have seen that leak, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you have not, it was basically a leak of multiple pages which looked like some kind of poster or pamphlet, or leaflet type thing with lots of details on it. Now, some people have said this is a fake due to the fact that some of the operator pictures on it were out of date photographs that are no longer used in this Siege game. Now, that could be true. It is a hell of a lot of work for someone to do if it is a fake. It's very, very detailed. But you can't quite read everything because of the quality of the photographs. But we're going to go through roughly what it covered in there, just so you can kind of get a glimpse of, if it is true, what is to come. So basically, it's obviously, like I said, this is based on so-called promotional material, and it's basically suggesting that there's going to be 21 existing operators from Rainbow Six Siege are going to be in there, alongside some new locations and 8 different infected enemies. There's also some other gameplay details that we'll go over. But basically, obviously, like I said, we've only seen very brief things. The trailer that's currently running now in the background, that's basically all we've had. Now, obviously, Rainbow Six Siege, its outbreak mode, which we had, well, it was 2 years ago now, was the first time that Siege is kind of, or Rainbow Six even for that matter, has delved into a kind of fantasy style element. Everything before that has been based on real world tactical kind of shooter stuff, which I know a lot of people would still prefer. But I played Outbreak a lot and I did find it enjoyable, to be honest. I don't know if I thought I wanted a whole game from it, but I am actually very, very intrigued for Quarantine. I'm very disappointed in the way that Siege is kind of not bothered with anything other than multiplayer. I would have liked a bit more PvE as well. But there we go. This is supposedly on track for, like I said, a pre-April release. But so let's have a look. So obviously, even though they're scarce, we know that, like I said, there's going to be 21 operators supposedly. and they were going to be using the familiar combat from Siege. It's going to be running on the same engine. The gadgetry that each operator has will be used within the game. And obviously, in terms of weapons and locations, we know that there are going to be locations from different places around the world. I know that supposedly, according to the leak, New York and Mexico and places like that. Okay, let's go through some other things. So there are no longer going to be attackers and defenders. The leak indicates that attack and defenders are now united under one team and now divided into 3 different classes entitled Assault, Recon, and Support, which is intriguing. Infected outbreak enemies also return, naming the Grunt, Breacher, Router, Smasher, and Apex. They were all obviously showcased in Outbreak, and there are also 3 new infected forms that are going to feature as well. So you're looking at 8 different enemy types. Now, the content's going to be split across 3 distinct campaigns, supposedly. New York City, San Francisco, and potentially Mexico. Now it's going to be like 3 chapters that are going to kind of assemble each campaign. So each place you go to, I believe, would have 3 separate breakdowns, giving you kind of 9 in total, completing objectives amid the outbreak. The listed include sabotage, escort, disruption, and hunt, each suggesting kind of various goals players must pursue. Now, the leak also packs a ton of other bits of information, including a new kind of operator progression system, the return of Rainbow Six Broad kind of cosmetic system, and various weapons loadouts. Now, obviously, with these kind of leaks, it could be all 100% true. It could all be absolute nonsense. It's very weird that we haven't had information really, or more information in regards to this game. I mean, I find it kind of hard to believe that this game is going to release before April. But you never know. I mean, Ubisoft have recently, I think as much as this week, come out and said that they've got 6 AAA titles that are going to release between this year and next year. Well, that's a lot of games. And they don't want to push them all out within the same window or have 2 sitting on top of each other that would cancel each other out. So I could actually see maybe out of nowhere them dropping this game maybe end of April. I could definitely see maybe even early May, but I could see that it seems about a right kind of window for this game to drop out. I know they've said this fiscal year, which would be after that, but I could see that happening. The leaks go on to loads of different things. It's everything to do with, like I said, in-depth progression. There's going to be a terrorist hunt mode, or they're calling it hunt mode. There's different types of game modes, I think, that you can get into. It doesn't look like there's any multiplayer whatsoever. That could change. I have no idea, obviously, if this is completely false. I'll be honest, right now, if the leak is true, I think it looks like a really interesting game. I'm really, really intrigued to basically get this game. If that is all true, I'd actually be a little bit disappointed if it turns out that you're going to get less than what those leaks actually suggest. But like I said, the 6 invitationals this week, you never know. We might get some news for that. Let's hope so. Maybe a new trailer, maybe a beta release date, something. Let's hope so. We're going to be featuring Quarantine on this channel in depth, so keep it with us here at Bullet Catcher Gaming. Hit the like and subscribe for loads more information on Modern Warfare and Division and Rainbow Six and other such titles, especially Ghost Recon Breakpoint. So take care and thank you for watching. Bye bye.